Hello, I'm Kyle. This is the model that I created this year for Philly Brickfest, Zombo's Gumbo. So this is Zombo's Gumbo itself. It's a restaurant run by a zombie named Zombo. It's kind of my take on the zombie apocalypse format. In this case, it's like more of a zombie utopia. So there are a couple important details to point out here. Obviously, the gumbo pot being pushed by the zombies, the health inspectors with questionable safety standards, the people falling in. There's all kinds of stuff there. So an interesting solution I found to the problem of getting light in the model was, since it's an apocalypse, just breaking the roof to allow for the light to be able to go in. So that's pretty much this area.
And we have this is the chef up here.
Yeah, so that's like the sous chef, like the assistant chef to Zombo, which is who's the real star of the show here. But okay, so over here is where the zombies go after they've, eaten thoroughly enough, the bar. Now, an interesting detail to point out here is that it's fully removable. So I just put it on a base plate here, which just rests there for easy access to the motor controlling the gumbo pot. Now, here there are some fun details. Obviously, the plant, the guy vomiting, and Ultron drinking oil instead of alcohol. So above this area is a rotating chandelier, and that is why this area is surprisingly thick, because I had to hide an entire battery box and motor up there. Now, over here is the lab. This is really the only area in the model where there are any non-zombies. So here you have a guy that's just been turned into a zombie, is being cured by this very sketchy doctor. This area also is fully removable for access to the battery box. Over here you have a zombie that is being tested on as well, and a guy ready to go out and interact with some zombies. These areas also have light bricks, but it's much more difficult to see due to the fluorescent lights. Over here, there are just some people working at a control panel, and a little missile button showing possibly how the apocalypse got itself started. Then up on the roof it's mostly a pathway up the model is where the characters move around. Here's just a party for all the elite zombies and, high-flying ostriches with the bow tie over there. Just some gambling on the Ostrich Racing, and a little Easter egg for anybody that's aware of some of the earlier Lego movies. Okay, so
I love how you can spin the model around here.
I can't believe I haven't mentioned that yet. So the entire thing is on a Lazy Susan, which is surprisingly easy to make with a cheap part off of Amazon, and then it allows you to be able to see the rest of the model for people outside of the barriers. Now, this is the Ostrich Racing, the other main component of the model, which includes such funny stories as this fire department ostrich trying to quench the fire ostrich and this ostrich on a taxi. So the ostriches serve an outside purpose aside from just racing for, entertainment.
It's an ostrich-based economy here.
Yeah, it's truly an ostrich-based economy. You see them at public servants, you see them, pulling chariots everywhere. They're just everywhere across the model, serving food, but yeah. So they're all racing for the main prize. Aside from ostriches, I assume that one of the main staples of the apocalypse is brains, as you do. You see it in Gumbo, you see it in this part. Now, aside from the entertainment aspect of the model, zombies have to eat, zombies have to, have some things for pleasure aside from ostrich racing. So you see some, street peddlers, you see some zombies selling meat, you see two competing ice cream shops, just all kinds of things over here, some nuclear waste, that kind of stuff over there. And then back around to this part, as you can see again, the spinning, there is the Apocalypse Tour Bus, which is one of the, I assume, attractions to this area, just bringing tourists in ready with their utility belts and very, very scared expressions. Also some survivalists over there, just kind of making ends meet in the apocalypse. Actually, one of the founders of the convention is cutting some wood. But back around to the buildings, you see another interesting detail, the laser cobblestones, which are just some trans red 1x1 plates interspersed with normal cobblestone patterning with Dorothy and her friends trying to get into Zombo's Gumbo. Now, some other things about the model that I think are pretty amusing are the bits of graffiti, which are just normal stickers from different sets, just to give it more of like a worn-out look than the normal model would probably have. Yeah.
What's happening in this corner here?
Oh yeah, just some fans of the Ostrich Racing, this guy in particular, just some stickers applied there and onto their torsos, being picked up by Killer Croc minifig, just, regular occurrence apparently according to the sign.
So was there any particular inspiration for kind of the general story of the build?
Well, I got a lot of the inspiration just from twisted imagination, but I do have to shout out Warminster Brick Shop for a lot of the bricks in the project and the ideas that led to this point.
Great. So would you like to expand on this kind of storyline in the future and do more with this?
It's possible. I really wished I could have done more models this year, but this took up all of my time and all of my budget, so I think I would like to go a bit back further to my roots of smaller vignettes than one giant thing.
Right. Well, it is a very unique build, and I love all the different stories you've included in here. I think it's very creative, so I'm glad you could bring it out here, and I look forward to seeing what you bring in future years. Thank you.
Thank you.